So, here's the scoop. It all started with a shiny email from HR blaring in all caps. Use it or lose it. My heart sank as I realized I had to use my remaining PTO by the end of the month. But then, during our daily stand-up, my manager dropped a bombshell. Due to quarter end, no one can take time off until the 1st. I was puzzled, to say the least. I raised my hand like a kid in class and asked, "How do we reconcile that?" My manager just shrugged and said, "Talk to HR." Classic. So I reached out to HR, expecting some clarity. But guess what? They tossed the ball right back to my manager. It was like being stuck in a game of ping pong, and I was about to lose my vacation days. But here's where I decided to take matters into my own hands. You see, I'm a librarian at heart, petty but resourceful when annoyed. I opened up the employee handbook and started digging. And there it was, a little gem on page 14. PTO requests not explicitly denied in writing within 48 business hours are considered approved. Now, I'm not one to back down from a challenge. I submitted 10 separate requests. Yes, 10. 2 hours every morning next week, 2 hours every afternoon the next week, plus a random Friday from 3 to 5 just to watch my plumber fix my cursed sink, and a full day to visit my mom. I made sure to send them through our HR portal, which automatically notified my manager and CC'd a shared mailbox that nobody ever checked. Then I went back to my tasks, setting reminders like a clockwork soldier. 48 business hours ticked by, and guess what? No denial. Suddenly, the portal changed each request to approved, complete with a green checkmark and even a confetti gif. I was on cloud 9. So Monday rolls around, and at 9:58 a.m., I drop a cheerful note in the team chat. Heading out, see you at noon. Almost immediately, my manager pings me, asking if I could hop on a client call. I replied with a screenshot of the policy and the portal approval. Then silence. You could practically hear the crickets chirping. By Wednesday, our calendar looked like Swiss cheese. Half the team, realizing they also had PTO piling up, started filing their own requests in little blocks. Meetings were colliding with green bars left and right. It was chaotic, and I was living for it. Then, finance got involved. They realized that if we didn't use our PTO now, it would be paid out later when we left the company, which they absolutely despised. HR, sensing the rising chaos, released a new post advising us to coordinate, but also stated that approvals already granted would stand. So my manager called a huddle to discuss why productivity had dipped. I raised my hand again and said, "We're just following HR's instruction to use our PTO." He looked at me with confusion and said he meant for November. But I wasn't going to let that slide. I sent him the original email, time-stamped from that month. He sighed deeply, as if I had just ruined his day, and muttered, "I never thought anyone would actually read the handbook." And you know what? I took every single hour of my PTO. I treated my mom to a lovely lunch, and at 3:40 that Friday, I finally got to sit back, sip my tea, and watch the plumber fix my sink. It was bliss. But the story doesn't end there. The following week, a new policy appeared on the board. Now, PTO must be requested in full-day increments during quarter end, and managers are required to respond within 24 hours. Thanks for the clarification. I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. Sometimes, knowing the rules can give you the upper hand. Have you ever found yourself in a similar situation at work? I'd love to hear your stories down in the comments.